In the quaint town of Ossett, England, a chilling tale unfolded that would forever haunt the memories of those who lived through it. It was the case of Michael Taylor, a man whose descent into darkness and subsequent exorcism would become one of the most terrifying accounts of demonic possession in modern history. This is the story of the priest who confronted pure evil, risking his very soul in the battle against the forces of darkness. Exorcism, a ritual as old as time, is the solemn act performed by priests to expel demonic spirits from those who have fallen victim to possession. It is a confrontation between the sacred and the profane, a battle where faith and the power of the divine are pitted against the malevolent forces that seek to corrupt and destroy human souls. Priests, often regarded as spiritual warriors, undergo rigorous training and preparation to perform these rituals. Their role is to protect the innocent and reclaim the afflicted from the clutches of evil. But even with their profound faith and experience, exorcisms can be fraught with danger, pushing both the priest and the possessed to the brink of physical and mental endurance. This brings us to the case of Michael Taylor, a mild-mannered man whose life spiraled into a nightmare. His possession and the subsequent exorcism would become a harrowing testament to the existence of evil and the relentless battle waged by the forces of good. Michael Taylor was an ordinary man by all accounts. He lived in Ossett with his wife, Christine, and their 5 children. Known for his affable nature, Michael was well liked by his neighbors and was an active member of the local community. However, beneath this veneer of normalcy, a storm was brewing. It all began when Michael and Christine became involved with a local Christian fellowship group led by a charismatic young woman named Marie Robinson. The group's meetings were intense and emotionally charged, focusing heavily on spiritual cleansing and the power of faith. Michael, who had been struggling with depression, found solace in these meetings. But as his involvement deepened, his behavior began to change. Christine noticed the transformation first. Michael became increasingly erratic and agitated, often speaking in tongues and experiencing violent outbursts. His once gentle demeanor gave way to a disturbing volatility. Convinced that something was terribly wrong, Christine sought the help of their local parish priest, Father Peter Graham. Father Graham, a seasoned priest with years of experience in dealing with spiritual matters, agreed to meet with Michael. It didn't take long for him to realize that Michael's condition was far beyond what conventional medicine could address. He suspected that Michael was under the influence of a powerful demonic entity. As Michael's condition worsened, the Taylor household became a place of fear and uncertainty. Strange occurrences plagued the family. Objects would move on their own, eerie whispers echoed through the halls, and Michael's behavior grew increasingly sinister. He spoke in voices that were not his own, uttering blasphemies and threats that sent chills down Christine's spine. Father Graham, recognizing the severity of the situation, contacted the Catholic Church to request an exorcism. The Church, with its stringent protocols for such cases, conducted a thorough investigation. After interviewing the Taylors and gathering evidence, they concluded that Michael was indeed possessed and sanctioned the exorcism. The Catholic Church approached the exorcism with the utmost seriousness. They assigned Father Graham to lead the ritual, assisted by Father Raymond, a younger priest with experience in exorcisms. Together, they prepared for the daunting task ahead, knowing that they would be facing an entity of immense power and malevolence. The exorcism was scheduled to take place at St. Peter's Church, a small but sturdy building on the outskirts of Ossett. The priests spent days in prayer and fasting, seeking divine strength and guidance. They gathered the necessary tools: a crucifix, holy water, a copy of the Roman ritual, and relics of saints known for their prowess in spiritual warfare. Exorcism is not a simple or quick process. It involves a series of rituals designed to weaken the demon's hold on the possessed and ultimately expel it. The Roman ritual, a comprehensive guide used by the Church, outlines specific prayers, commands, and actions to be performed during the exorcism. On the appointed day, the priests, along with a few trusted parishioners, gathered at St. Peter's. Michael was brought in, restrained for his safety and the safety of others. His appearance was a stark contrast to the man he once was, gaunt with hollow eyes that seemed to burn with an otherworldly fire. As he was placed before the altar, the atmosphere grew heavy with a palpable sense of dread. Father Graham began the ritual by invoking the protection of the Holy Trinity. He sprinkled holy water on Michael, who recoiled as if burned, his body convulsing violently. The priests took turns reading from the Roman ritual, their voices steady but filled with the weight of the sacred words. The demon within Michael was powerful and cunning. It taunted the priests, mocking their faith and hurling vile insults. Michael's voice twisted into a guttural growl, speaking in languages he had never learned. The room grew cold, and the air thickened with the stench of sulfur. As the hours passed, the priests faced a relentless barrage of physical and psychological attacks. Michael's strength, bolstered by the demonic presence, was formidable. He thrashed against his restraints, his eyes rolling back in his head as he howled in agony. Father Graham and Father Raymond pressed on, their determination fueled by their faith and the desperate need to save Michael's soul. At one point, the demon revealed its name: Belial, a prince of darkness known for his deceit and cruelty. The revelation only served to intensify the battle, as the priests now knew the true nature of the evil they faced. The exorcism reached its climax in the early hours of the morning. Exhausted but unwavering, Father Graham stood before Michael, holding the crucifix aloft. He commanded the demon to depart in the name of Jesus Christ, his voice resonating with divine authority. Michael's body arched violently, a blood-curdling scream tearing from his throat. The demon fought desperately, its hold on Michael weakening but still formidable. The room seemed to tremble as the forces of good and evil clashed in a battle unseen by mortal eyes. In a final desperate attempt, the demon unleashed a torrent of vile blasphemies and threats, promising eternal torment for those who opposed it. But Father Graham, his faith unshaken, pressed the crucifix to Michael's forehead and repeated the command: "By the power of Christ I compel you, begone, foul spirit." With a final earth-shattering scream, the demon was expelled. Michael collapsed, his body limp and motionless. The room fell silent, the oppressive atmosphere lifting as the demonic presence was banished. Michael was free, but the ordeal had left him deeply scarred. He was physically weak, and his mind bore the trauma of the possession. The priests and parishioners cared for him, praying for his recovery and offering support as he began the long journey of healing. The exorcism had a profound impact on the community of Ossett. Word of the event spread quickly, and the town was gripped by a mixture of fear and fascination. Many were shaken by the realization that such evil could exist so close to home, while others found their faith renewed by the priest's unwavering courage and the triumph of good over evil. Michael eventually regained his strength, but he was never the same. The experience had changed him, leaving him with a deep sense of vulnerability and a heightened awareness of the spiritual realm. He and Christine moved away from Ossett, seeking a fresh start and hoping to leave the horrors of the past behind. The exorcism of Michael Taylor left an indelible mark on Ossett. For some, it was a stark reminder of the existence of evil and the power of faith. The event led to a surge in church attendance, as many sought solace and protection within the walls of St. Peter's. The priests who performed the exorcism became local legends, their bravery and faith celebrated by the community. Father Graham, in particular, was revered for his unwavering commitment to protecting his parishioners from the forces of darkness. But the exorcism also sparked controversy and debate. Skeptics questioned the legitimacy of the possession and the exorcism, suggesting that Michael's condition might have been a severe psychological disorder rather than a case of demonic influence. The church, however, stood by its decision, confident that the evidence of possession was undeniable. The story of Michael Taylor's exorcism is a chilling reminder of the battle between good and evil that continues to play out in the shadows of our world. It is a testament to the power of faith and the courage of those who confront the darkness, risking their own souls to save others. If you visit Ossett today, you'll find a town still grappling with the aftermath of Michael Taylor's harrowing ordeal. St. Peter's Church stands as a silent witness to the battle that unfolded within its walls, its steeple reaching towards the heavens, as if seeking reassurance from above. The impact of the exorcism reverberated through the community long after Michael and Christine had moved away. People whispered about strange occurrences, the sound of footsteps echoing in empty corridors, flickering lights that defied explanation, and the occasional sighting of a shadowy figure in the churchyard. Father Graham continued his ministry, his faith strengthened by the knowledge that he had played a pivotal role in saving a soul from damnation. He remained humble, deflecting praise and quietly continuing his work, knowing that the battle against evil was ongoing and that he must remain vigilant. The Catholic Church, too, reflected on the events in Ossett. The case of Michael Taylor prompted renewed discussions on the nature of possession and the protocols surrounding exorcism. Scholars and theologians debated the theological implications, while skeptics demanded more scientific scrutiny of such phenomena. For Michael and Christine, life would never be the same. They struggled to rebuild their shattered lives, haunted by memories of the darkness that had engulfed them. Therapy helped, but the scars, both physical and spiritual, ran deep. They found solace in their newfound faith, attending church services regularly and finding strength in their community. As for Marie Robinson, the charismatic leader of the Christian Fellowship group, she disappeared shortly after the exorcism. Some said she left Ossett in shame, while others whispered that she had been driven away by forces beyond her control. Her whereabouts remained a mystery, adding another layer of intrigue to an already enigmatic tale.